Block TV. I'm Talib Bab. We're here. We got a very, 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 very important guest, special guest, whatever you want to call him. This guy is a community activist or organizer. Known this guy since he was a kid. Now he's grown up. Founder and director of policy for Concerned Citizens DC, Mr. Ty Hobson-Powell. How are you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Living abundant, you know what I'm saying? Always happy to join the folks. It's been a minute. It's been, 6 years since the last one of these that we did. But always excited to start some conversations. I know we had some fire conversations before we got the cameras rolling, so hopefully that continues.
For sure, man. I told you, it's law. Every 6 years we gotta check up and see how you living, man. We're gonna take it back to the beginning for this. You know, there's always an origin. What's the origin story of Ty? Where did Ty grow up? What part of DC you from?
From Southwest Washington, D.C. originally. Grew up on 201 I Street, apartment complex right there on the corner. And learned a lot of my earliest life lessons down there. Ended up moving uptown and really got a chance to build out a lot of the community that I know now, uptown. So I'm an uptown baby for sure. And then, man, you met me when I was at Howard. So I was 13. I had tested out of high school, and it was time to go to school. And Howard was it. I always grew up right up the street from Howard Homecoming. You know, I used to have Georgia Avenue Day and just so many different things around. So went to Howard, went there, had to dip because Howard was playing around with some paperwork. Hated it, but you know, I finished undergrad at 15, got my master's at 17, and came back to DC. It's my home, you know what I'm saying? Did my thing, went in the DC government, started some things, moved around, right? Like a whole bunch. I would say that, like, as I talk about my origin story now, I start wanting to talk less about the things that people know and more about, like, hey, when I was down in Atlanta, I started a video and photography and design firm with my, you know what I'm saying, my roommate at the time. And, like, talking about the things that people don't know. Because I think that that's just as much part of my origin story as, like, the big highlights, you know?
For sure. What is something that you feel like people don't know from your youth, or like when you were coming up, as you're excelling at such a rapid pace compared to your peers? Like, what is something that you think people don't know, didn't know, or kind of had you misunderstood with?
I mean, I started a conversation with Stephon Marbury to be the creative director for Starberry, right? Like, I had a bunch of different things going on. Like, I always try to, like, I don't know, just like I said, that situation didn't end up working out, but I've always just been kind of all over the place. Like, people know me for school. They're like, oh yeah, this is the smart guy. Like, that's a large part of, like, my social identity, right? Because, like, Howard, right? Everybody knows me as being a young student to go to Howard, but, like, outside of that, I mean, I'm a member of D9, right? There's a whole universe of life that I lived that was dedicated to being Greek, right? But then, like, I like designing stuff, clothes and things like that. There's a whole world of me that exists there. So, like, I think just people understanding that, like, I'm not just a school. Like, that's really the largest thing that I think that they miss out on, is that, like, with such a story that is characterized by academic feats, people will think that that's all you are, which is why I like stuff like when LeBron says, you know, he's more than an athlete. Now, he won't just shut up and dribble, right? It's like the paradigm shifting sort of thing of saying, hey, look, I excel in this box, but, like, I can do this over here too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm an artist. School is one of my best mediums, but, like, I could freestyle. I could paint something. I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different things that I could do, and I don't want to limit myself. And I feel like that's what makes our generation great, is that we don't limit ourselves and, like, what we want to do. We just try to go do it.